Alrighty, today is an exciting freaking day. It's beautiful as always in South Florida. I got some packages over here waiting by the door. It's my brand new custom BMX bike. I'm freaking stoked. I'm gonna show you guys how I built this thing. Let's get it done. It's a beautiful day here in South Florida, so I decided to take this project outside to the screened-in back patio and work on it with my little puppy dog and my kitty. All these parts are ordered from Source BMX. I went on the website, I did so much research. The company was so great. They had everything I could possibly ever want for my bike, and I bought the best of the best, everything. It's my dream bike. I spent a lot of money on this thing, and anyone who's a fan and a connoisseur of BMX bikes that sees some of these parts will understand that. Now let's head on over to our frame box. We're gonna cut this thing open and pry it open to reveal a beautiful S&M ATF frame. We got some of the other things inside of here. We got the sprocket, we got the cranks, we got the grips. Now we're gonna lay out this front end from S&M. And we got the Flybikes Dolman crank set. My dream cranks. This is such a beautiful piece of machinery. We got an S&M Race XLT stem, polished. We're gonna lay this thing out over on the side to complete our S&M front end. We got a Shadow sprocket. We got some Odyssey grips. These things are wonderful. They feel great in your hands. And we got a Stay Strong bottom bracket. I'm gonna go ahead and lay that out now. And if you notice, all of my extra components are purple just to give my bike a beautiful complement. I don't want to overwhelm it. I want it to look nice and balanced. Now we're gonna go over to some of these really awesome Stay Strong alloy sealed pedals. They come in the nice polished finish. We got a Kink BMX integrated titanium headset. This thing is beautiful, very expensive component. Now we're gonna grab our E-Clat seat post. We're gonna pull out a nice pair of Shadow plastic pegs. And then we're gonna check out our front end and our main components before we head on over to our frame. All right, let's grab the wheels. These things come wrapped super well, which is great because these are expensive components. I have Profile Elite hub sets. Absolutely stunning. These are very expensive hubs. They have titanium components. I had to buy extra. I changed the gear ratio. Now we're gonna get the frame cut out. And this thing is wrapped very well for a good reason because this frame is absolutely beautiful. My pets are coming out to help. Da Vinci is cleaning up for me. All right, let's start the build. We're gonna grab our frame. We're gonna grab our bottom bracket kit and put that spacer in there. And we're gonna carefully pound our bearing in there. And we're just kind of prefabbing and fitting some stuff together and just kind of getting a feel for this equipment. Now the cranks are labeled right and left and they only fit one way, so the engineering is pretty slick on this kit. Now we're gonna try to fit our crank through our bearing and through the spacer and out the bearing through the other side, so we're gonna have to pound a little bit with our hammer. These things are chromoly and they're very strong, so I'm not too worried about anything getting damaged with my hammer. If I'm too concerned, I'll just switch to my rubber mallet and that'll be a little bit easier. So it looks like we got the crank on there. Now we're gonna tap the other side and we're gonna get this thing fit just right. Alrighty, now we're gonna put the bolt in to complete the crank, and we're gonna tighten it with an 8mm Allen key. Now we're gonna start on the front end. Now I'm grabbing out the Kink titanium integrated headset, and we're gonna install the top and the bottom mount for the forks, and that's gonna slide right on through, and we're gonna get the top bearing completely installed and looks seamless, looks smooth. We're gonna grab our stem, and this is the component that holds the whole front end together. It connects the forks to the bars and gets all that spinning stuff fluid and perfect. So this is a very particular adjustment. We have to make adjustments along the way, and you're gonna carefully work out the kinks towards the end. Nothing's gonna be perfect right away. We're using a 6mm wrench to take off these 4 bolts that are gonna hold the top of the stem on, and they're gonna connect the bars and hold them down flat. We're gonna bring over our bars, we're gonna install them nice and even, and go ahead and reinstall the top of the stem. This comes in 2 pieces, and put the bolts in there. Now we're gonna flip the bars up and get another careful measurement just to make sure that is just perfect. But again, you're gonna be measuring it again and again until you get it perfect. Once we got the bars on there, we're gonna go ahead and put our grips on there. I'm gonna lubricate them with some water and some Dawn dish soap. Squid's gonna help us out, and we're gonna put that right on our handlebar, and it's gonna slide right on there. And once it dries, it's gonna stay on there nice and perfect and look great. We're gonna then install the bar ends, and this is gonna prevent damage to your handlebars. Now we're gonna grab the pivotal seat post and install it on our shadow seat, and we're gonna spin this around, and now we got it all tight. Now we're gonna go ahead and put this whole thing on the bike, and it's gonna fit right inside that hole. We're gonna tighten it and then head on over to our pedals. We're gonna get the pedals installed right onto the cranks with a nice and easy spin, and we're gonna tighten that with a 6mm Allen key. Looks great. These are nice sealed cranks. After a long day and night, I was finally able to get most of the components together, and here's what the bike is looking like right now. I made a mistake last night, and I put the cranks on the left-hand side and they belong on the right-hand side, so I have to flip that. I'm replacing the driver for my Profile Elite hub with a 10-tooth titanium cassette and a titanium axle. And once I get those components combined, I'm gonna put the wheel on the bike, and then we're gonna start working on the chain. So after the first prefab of the bike, when you're just kind of like putting everything together, it's not going to be ready and set up to ride. You're going to have to carefully adjust it, tweak it to your specifications, and you're going to have to ride it, get on the bike. You're going to feel things shift, things adjust. It is such a satisfying feeling when that bike comes together and it feels just right. So I always wait and save the chain to take it to a bike shop so a professional can install it. I don't like using the chain breaker tool, and it gets really frustrating for me, so I just save this for the pros. So we're gonna go do that, and then we're gonna take the bike to the park today and check it out. Oh, what a glorious sight. Let's get this front wheel off and let's take it to the shop. All right, we're all loaded up in the SRT. Let's take this baby over to Trek in Boynton Beach. I love this place. These guys are so nice. They've done such a great job with this bike. I just got the best professional installation I could have possibly gotten ever at the Trek in Boynton. Check this thing out now. thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed this content. Hopefully you learned a little bit of something about working on a BMX bike. This hobby is so incredible. I love the engineering that goes on, the design, the ergonomics. Just such a beautiful, beautiful hobby. Thanks for watching.